social media addiction. And I mean, that's a whole area that there's a whole 2 or 3 generations of young people right up to your age. You know, you're in that age where you're between 20 and 30, and then you've got the 20 younger. Those 2 generations, they're undergoing the biggest social experiment in history, because you've got 2 million people or so. What is it? 2 billion people on Facebook, you know, and Instagram. When you talk about the biggest experiment in history, these are people growing up in a virtual world that is actually not real. It's just people comparing things with each other and posting highlights, right? And highlight reel, yeah. And yet these people are growing up thinking that somehow is real, and that plugs in, just like you say, to the dopamine. So when you look at dopamine, it's external. Serotonin is internal. And then you've got oxytocin, which is contribution. So dopamine is about external things that we can get addicted to, that give us reward and joy. And dopamine is more about pleasure. So hence, you know, a good example of it is around sexual addiction or pornography or whatever it is, you know, without putting any judgment or opinion on it. Just, you know, it gives us pleasure. You know, we're wired for sex and for sexual activity. So, you know, you can become addicted to pornography or to sexual activity, or, you know, be it good or bad or whatever, in a way that you can kind of understand, because it's that pleasure. You know, we get pleasure from sex, and we also get pleasure from caffeine and coffee and alcohol and all those things. So you can get addicted to that externally,